What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Homemade Haven. It has been a long time since we put out a video, and we do apologize for that. We wanted to make a recap video today for you guys to see what has been going on in our lives over the past 3 months. We have had some major changes. If you couldn't tell from behind us, that's not our old backyard, the one that you're used to seeing in our videos. In the past 3 months, we have moved from our little homestead. It transpired very quickly. It was kind of a split-minute decision, and it was a great decision. We're very happy with our decision. It was tough. It was tough to up and leave our homestead that we had, but it was for the greater good, and we know that this is just a transitional period and that soon enough we will be into our new house that we're building that you've seen in previous episodes. So what has happened over the past 3 months for us?
A lot.
A lot. We decided to go ahead and sell our homestead that we were living in while the real estate market was at its peak. We knew that we were going to have to sell it eventually once our new house is built. So we figured we'd go ahead and sell while the market was good, and we knew that we could get out of it quickly and easily. It was the peak of gardening season, so it really helped show the yard very well. People could see what the full potential of the property was, and plus we had another property that was available that we could move into for the time being. So as you've seen in our previous episodes, we do own an Airbnb property that we have had for a little over a year now. And last December or this January, we bought another property that is actually on the same street, same exact layout, about 800 square feet on a little tiny, maybe quarter of an acre at most. So once the tenants moved out, there was a checklist of a couple things that we wanted to get done before turning this property into an Airbnb. But we had second thoughts. We had an empty property that we could live in that we already owned. It's more than sufficient for what we needed, and it could get us by until our other house is built. So we decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and pack up the homestead and move to this little 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Unfortunately, that does mean that we had to rehome all of our outdoor animals.
Except for Belle.
Except for Belle, the cat, of course, she came with us. But all of our goats were rehomed to wonderful homes here locally that have great owners and caretakers that allow us to come visit whenever we want to, and we get to keep up with them on Facebook and see that they're living their best life, and that's all that we could ever ask or hope for. The chickens also went to friends of ours that are taking good care of them. We do have 4 of our chickens that were kind of like our pet chickens that a friend is fostering for us, so that whenever we do move over to the land, we can bring them back over and...
Sorry, there's a mosquito.
So we can bring them over to the land and start our new chicken flock with our 4 old girls. So we'll see once the time comes if that's the right move or if they'll need to stay at their current home. Once we move, we will definitely be reestablishing our chicken flock. It might be a little bit of time before we are ready for any other livestock of any sort. The build has been very expensive out of pocket up front, and so we're going to take our time to rebuild funds and just really take it easy and learn the layout of the new land, where we want to put certain animals, where we want to put gardens, that sort of thing. So we're going to take our time and try to strategically plan things to work out for the best. All right, so over the past 3 months, starting from the beginning, we did pack up and leave our previous homestead in the heat of the summer.
That was terrible.
Thankfully not during the hottest weeks of the summer, but it was still very miserably hot, and the garden was in full swing. We were getting buckets and buckets and buckets of cucumbers. We could not keep up with the cucumbers. They were coming out of our ears. We were juicing, we were pickling, we were eating them as snacks, we were giving them to chickens, we were throwing them at people who walked by.
I just envisioned you throwing a cucumber in a person.
We had so many cucumbers, so that was a good indicator of how many cucumber plants we should plant in the future. We planted, I believe it was 8 total. We had 4 of the Suyo Long Asian cucumbers, and then we had 4 of the Puna Kina Indian variety cucumber, both heirloom cucumbers. They all 8 vines produced enormously, like I said, and we were beyond blessed with cucumbers this season.
And they weren't bitter, so.
They weren't bitter. That was something last year whenever we planted, we did straight 8 cucumbers, and that is one of the joys of living in the townhouse in the neighborhood, is we have lots of outside noise. In addition to the cucumbers, we were getting buckets of green beans from our green bean tunnel. It was doing really great. We started getting some really good tomatoes off. The strawberry season came to an end by the first week of June or so, started getting too hot. Same with our lettuces and greens. We did get more squash this year than what we have in the past, but ultimately the squash bugs and vine borers took over like they always do. But thankfully they let us have a little bit more this season than previous seasons. Needless to say, leaving the garden was definitely tough. That is my happy place and my peaceful wind down time, morning and afternoon. So it was hard to leave it, but we are super thankful that the buyers of the house and property are very interested in learning how to garden and how to tend to the land, and have been doing their best to take care of it thus far, and plan to continue to work the land in the future. And that's really all that I can hope and ask for, is that the investments that I've made to different properties, you know, continue to bless others, and that they enjoy what God has provided for us. So we packed up and moved out of that house into this townhouse. This townhouse was very well kept, like I said, by the previous owners. It just needed some updating. So that was first and foremost on our list before we got in. We repainted and we changed some fixtures and made it a little more home-like for us. We will continue to do small projects here until we leave, so that it is up to par for our future Airbnb. So while we're living here, we'll continue to switch some things out. Landscaping is next on my list. The previous owner had a lot of really beautiful bushes and plants, but they've just been left for so long that they haven't been maintained, and they definitely need some manicuring. And I would like to get the landscaping to where it's very low maintenance, so that when this place is an Airbnb, we won't have to worry with the landscaping, keeping it watered or weeding or anything like that too much. And the same for the inside of the house. I want everything to be super easy to come in and do our quick turnaround like how we do with our other Airbnb. We have everything that we need. We took the bare necessities from the last house over here, so we have so many towels per person, so many clothes per person, that sort of thing. And then we sold and gave away tons of stuff. And then we have 2 very small storage units, about 5 foot by 8 foot, and they are maxed out, stuffed front to back, floor to ceiling. We have everything that we need here, and we'll be more than comfortable. It's more than adequate until it is time for us to move over to our new property. So the question that most of you probably have, if you've been keeping up with our channel for a while, is where are we in our house build? And unfortunately, over the last 3 months, really since January of this year, we have had so much rain in our area. It has been, I feel like, record-setting year for the amount of rain that we've had. Maybe not the amount of rain, but amount of days that we've had rain. I might be wrong, but when you're building a house that requires dry days, it feels like it's record-breaking. So we have been delayed on a lot of the processes that we should have had done within 3 months, but we have had some drier weather here recently, and our land has been accommodating some of the larger trucks that need to come in and out, and so we have been moving right along. Since the last video, we have had our footers dug, which is what stabilizes the foundation for the house. They come out and essentially dig out the entire frame of the house, porches included, and they will drop in cement to give support to the foundation that is poured on top of it. We did run into an issue that when they started digging the footers, our land was just seeping water, so we did have to have an engineer come out and tell us how to remedy this, and his suggestion was to dig a little bit deeper and backfill with so much rock. I believe he recommended about 6 inches of rock all the way around, and our builder felt more comfortable going at least twice that amount, so our foundation is built on the rock, which is not going anywhere.
Our foundation is the rock.
After the footers were dug and the cement was poured on top of them, next was the installation of the brick, which covers the 2-foot raised slab that we have all the way around the house. We were able to go to a local brick company and pick out the bricks that we wanted, and we're really happy with the decision that we made. Once it was all put in place, it is just beautiful. It's stunning. I can't wait to see the rest of the house sitting on top of the brick. It's gonna look so good. After the brick and the blocks were laid in their place, they came in and backfilled the cavity of the house with dirt and sand. And once that was in place and packed down, the plumber came and installed all of the underground plumbing, so all of our drain lines and a couple water lines throughout the house. And then we had a plumbing inspection, and as of right now, we are on schedule to start pouring the foundation in the next 3 or 4 days. So that is super exciting, and the weather looks okay, so we are hopeful that we'll have a foundation by midweek next week, and then after that our framing package will be delivered, and we are on schedule to start for Friday of next week. So we are beside ourselves excited to see a house start to take shape. Already just having the foundation in place is huge. After months and months of expectation, it's good to finally see some things happening, and we are hopeful that we don't have too much longer before we are able to move onto that property. So where does that leave us for our channel? The three key things that we have focused our channel on is homesteading, homeschooling, and homemaking. So with homesteading being out of the picture for a couple of months, we will have most of our videos be focused on the homemaking part. We are doing our best to stay organized in such a small space. We have to make sure that we stay kind of minimalist on a lot of things so that our house doesn't get too cluttered, because it happens very easily. And the fact that we have 2 dogs, one of them being extra large, living inside the house, it does make the space extra cramped and gets dirty very quickly. So stay tuned for some housekeeping tips and tricks over the next few months. And in addition to the homemaking, we are really focusing on homeschooling over the next couple of months. Since we have so much downtime, we are really trying to stick to a strict homeschooling schedule. Some days we enjoy it and some days we don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about homeschooling, how we have been the past couple weeks?
Fine.
Fine or fun?
Fine.
Fine? Fun?
I can't talk very well.
Be sure to stick around for some curriculum overviews and scheduling and the way that we do our homeschool day and week, and maybe a few field trips thrown in there. But we've decided to really focus on the academic part of homeschooling over the next few months while we are indoors and can take advantage of some book time, because when the time comes for us to be outdoors more and taking care of the land, then we will shift back to that frame of mindset. And of course, stay tuned to see the progress of the land in the future. Things should start happening a lot quicker over the next couple weeks, like I said, with the foundation being put in place and the framing going up. It should be something new every week, as long as the weather holds out for us. So we're super excited about that and excited to share with you guys. We also just picked out a tractor for our land, so Robert is super excited about that, to get on there and actually learn how to drive a tractor. We've never driven a tractor or worked the land with a tractor before, so it'll be a whole new experience for us and for him. He's like a kid on Christmas, can hardly wait. He also did his first hunt out on our land this morning. Today is the opening day for dove season in our area. He didn't have any luck today, but is also not feeling well currently. That's why he's not in this video. So hopefully he'll join back in with us on our videos here soon. So that pretty much wraps up what we have been up to for the past 3 months. We are so thankful for all of the new subscribers to the channel and for the comments and suggestions and support that you guys have given us on our previous videos. We really look forward to putting out some more content for you guys, and again, we do apologize for the long break in between, but as most of you know, moving is it's not for the faint of heart. So we were very busy with that, with rehoming and reorganizing and just totally shifting our lifestyle around over the past 3 months. So we thank you guys for bearing with us and sticking around. If you're excited about the future content of our channel, or if there are other videos that we have put out so far, we appreciate you sharing with others through your social media. If there's anything that you are interested in seeing more of in the future, please leave a comment below. We love interacting with you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.